so today we're playing the PXO by Rockett Audio Designs, boost and overdrive in collaboration with Phil X. Got a cascadable boost and drive that you can switch the order of. Playing it through a BadCat Cub 40R into a vintage Marshall with a 68 25 watt Greenbacks, SM57, and a Royer 121 ribbon mic. So yeah, this pedal's got a cool layout. It's got basically a boost and a drive switch. And then you assign which order those go in. So you either have the boost leading into the drive to get gainier tones, or the boost coming after the drive to get a louder version of the drive that you dial in. So here's the tone. Here's my clean tone. Sorry, that's a good old nod to Andy PGS. Yeah, here's the tone I'm rocking on the Cub 40. So a little bit of grit, but it's still a pretty, nice, pleasant sound. If I play lighter, cleans up. Gets a little snotty if I dig in, but it's a nice smooth sound. So the first thing here, you got the boost. It has two controls on it. It's the tilt EQ and the level. I have the tilt EQ backed off just a little bit, and then the level up at about 1 or 2 o'clock. I mean, that's transparent. It's got a nice kind of pleasing sound, and that might have to do with the fact that I'm backing off the tilt EQ a little bit. But whatever that's doing, it just literally sounds like a boost. It's the tone. I'm not losing the character of the amp. So I'm just getting more, which is the boost. So yeah, if I can go brighter with the tilt EQ, although I'm pretty sure I'm not going to love that with the way I have this set up, but maybe that's what you want to do. So I mean, that really is doing what it says it's doing. Tilt EQ basically just takes the whole thing and just goes like this one way or the other. So you're just basically boosting the highs and cutting the lows kind of on an axis. So that's why it gets real thin real quick. If you wanted, you could use this basically as like a thinning out your tone thing. So you could go in reverse of a boost. You could, use it as kind of a quiet, thin, I don't know, thing that people do. Not my favorite use for a boost, kind of the opposite of a boost, but the tilt EQ allows you to do that. But yeah, I feel like, if I put everything flat, it's pretty good, but I like to level up more around 1 or 2 o'clock and the tilt EQ back around 11 o'clock. Seemed like the transparent boost setting. Yeah, it just sounds like more. It's really nice. It's smooth on the ear. It still sounds pretty pleasant. Nothing crazy there. So now let's just go to the drive section. I'm going to leave the boost alone for now. So you got volume, treble, bass, and gain. It seems like the mid-range on this box is pretty balanced. So that's probably why there's not a mid-range control, because it doesn't seem to really affect the mid-range in any sort of way when you turn it on. Again, like super solid mids, sounds great. I'm not using up nearly all the gain that the thing has to offer. So that's a plus that, you could go, ballistic if you wanted to. There's, this probably won't even be stable at all. I mean, It's great that it can do that. Maybe not the most practical thing that someone needs to do, but the fact that you can do it is a plus for versatility's sake. Seems like right around 6 or 7 is kind of just the overdrive. Yeah, so that's the gain at 4, with the treble up and a little bit of bass boost also, volumes all the way up. And then I guess, yeah, what you can do then, you can, right now I have it so that the boost comes after the drive. And you know, if I were to turn up the level on that, I could get a little louder. Maybe the tilt EQ goes a little brighter, just depending on what you want. But if you really want to drive it more, instead of just kind of boosting it post-drive, that's what the pre mode would be. So if you want more gain, you put it in pre, and then you decide how much more gain. If you want more volume and just a little more gain, you put it in post. But if you really want to drive it, starting to go. Yeah, putting it in front, you can get things a little more unstable, a little more grindy, a little more drive to it. But if you put it in post, it's more stable and just kind of. That's the tone we started with, so it's taken the tone pretty far. Yeah, I think I like. I mean, the pre and post both have their. You know, they both sound great. So the pedal's integrated well. That's why it's a boost and overdrive. So I really like the boost just as is. Like, I mean, just if this was just a boost pedal, if it was a smaller form factor and the 2 knobs, I'd be good with this if it was just a boost. I mean. Same thing with the overdrive. If it was just an overdrive, well. I mean, it's cranking it. The amp is, yeah, the amp's cranking. So individually as a boost and an overdrive, I think it's great, but the idea that you could use it sometimes as one, sometimes as the other. You know, you start a song clean, then you go to a boost. And you can get to 3 amp, you know, 3 channel amp territory with one pedal. And just decide if you like driving the input of the overdrive with the boost or having the boost afterward where it's, you know, a little bit of cleaner. So yeah, if you want to use it for a solo boost, you'd probably want to put it pre. If you just want to use it for a volume boost, it'd probably work better in post. But either way, Takes the, you know, the amp takes it well. You don't lose the character of the amp. Sounds great. Boost is impressive on its own. Overdrive is impressive on its own. Just very chewy, and it's just a smooth sound. I've even got some of the stuff boosted more in terms of the bass and the treble. It's still not harsh, and there's more gain than you could ever imagine what to do with. I mean, again, this is with the gain cranked. I mean, this is a wild amount of gain. Lady. And I don't know how to play Foxy Lady, so that was a bit of a tease. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you almost get into just like, yeah, you can get ballistic amounts of gain out of it if that's your thing. If not, you just back it off to, you know, somewhere between 4 and 6, and you get kind of your classic, you know, drive distortion sound. I actually didn't put it ever down lower to hear how it sounds. It's just got a nice, chewy, like creamy sound. Like it just makes the amp sound nice. I don't know. Like it's not, there's nothing, doesn't hit my ear funny, or just some, you know, some pedals don't sound like the amp, or don't have like a nice sound to them. They have kind of a weird, kind of hard edge to them. This thing sounds really nice, you know, at any reasonable setting. Like you can make it harsh with the tilt EQ if you want. I don't know what, you know, if that's your thing, I don't know. But for me, it seems like it's really easy to make it just sound balanced and nice, and again, just a great boost. Great drive. And if you run the boost into the drive, you can get a lot of gain. I like that you can hit them both at the same time. Like that's, honestly, that's like a big deal. Like that's perfect spacing. And I'm sure they probably, I would like to think that they planned it that way. But like for me, that's a big deal because they're far enough apart where you can make sure you hit only the one you want. But they're close enough to where you can just go from nothing. I mean, I haven't missed it once. So like, that's like, that means it's great because... Yeah, I mean, every time I do it, I hit it. So that means it's the pedal, not only the foot switch is nice, but the placement's probably thought out because you don't always want to build from boost. Sometimes you just want them both. That's seriously like whatever these dimensions are, whatever these foot switches are. That's the best 2-in-1 pedal for like hitting thing that I've ever felt. Like it's awesome. So kind of a cool hidden perk there. But yeah, PXO Boost and Overdrive by Rockett Audio Designs. It is indeed a very good boost and a very good overdrive. And they work really well together. It's intuitive, well designed, super solid, cool pro audio style knobs. I think it's a great pedal.